Good evening, beautiful boys and girls. Welcome to the Progressive. We are in the presentation number 15 of organizing. Organizing of what? Organizing of work plans, workstations, and follow-ups. This is part of everyday work, okay? You need to organize and plan your stuff. I've seen the shabbiest of workstations. People have their snack, half-eaten snack. They have got piles of files all over the place. Shabby, don't keep it shabby. Please organize your workstations. Please organize, follow up properly, not following up every hour, and so on and so forth. Just find out. Leave your comment, share, and subscribe, and then we'll take it further, okay? So now let's talk about the next administrative kind of task, organizing. This is a pretty commonplace. One would think one should do, but it's not being done. Or people are very shoddy in their personal habits, as I have commonly found. It's more common for people to be shoddy and misplaced in their priorities and, well, plain speak, dirty in their workplaces. So we'll give some tips here for them. So organizing will follow the following three bullets. The next three bullets. This podcast will talk about workstation ethics, creating a daily self-work plans, follow-ups, coordinating resources, information people, delegating allocation of work, organizing. So organizing, workstation ethics, creating daily self-routine. Organizing is a systematic process. Let's look at the definition of structuring, integrating, and coordinating tasks, goals, activities, resources in order to attain objectives. So after you finish the planning, you go into organizing phase. Once the planning phase is finished, even for most minor tasks, one begins organizing. What do you need to get that done, whatever it is? Organizing essentially means putting resources you need to get in a systematic manner. Good organization skills always helps you carry out your work in a smooth manner with the least amount of stress. It's a habit. You got to cultivate good habits, right? Organizing saves time. Avoid distraction in the middle of your work to get something else done. So this is one common habit I have found among people at the service industry with their cubicle life is, look at the one on the left. It's such a shoddy workstation. Food left here and there, coffee left here and there, and there's papers all around. I see this is more, the left picture I've seen very, very, very common. People love to even stack up pieces of paper of all kinds of old correspondences and drawings and files and such. Stack it up on the workstation just to make show off to the boss or the team leader that they are working a lot. Well, it just shows you are dirty. It doesn't show you a very good, smart worker. The station on the right, however, if there's a good boss, he'll think, okay, this is a good, clean workstation. It doesn't mean you're working or not working. Just because there are no pieces of paper lying around doesn't show anything about your work. So either you have a bad boss or you have a bad attitude. Take a pick. Change your workstation, make it more neat and clean. These days everything can be made into software and pieces of files on your desktop. Why do you want to have physical pieces of paper scattered around? You can scan your essential pieces of correspondence or some piece of information or data or anything from a catalog. You can scan it and put it as a PDF. You don't need to have papers lying around on your desk. Please have a good desk, neat, clean desk like the right side of the picture. Organize your workstation, cubicle. Look at the cubicle, how nicely it is arranged. Now, typically, I have found in my experience that even the secretaries or the women in the organization organize their cubicles pretty nice, pretty neat. The woman does it very systematically. It's the feminine nature of organizing her nest or things properly. Men, on the other hand, are very crude and very crass at this kind of thing. They have a very lousy attitude towards good housekeeping. They don't maintain their workstation or the cubicle like this. This is such a neat, welcoming cubicle to work with. Imagine if you have a cubicle like this set up. It's up to you to set it up. You can get a small lamp, you can get frames, you can put photographs, you can put a small potted plant, a flower, and organize all your things neat and colorful, for heaven's sake. Don't have loose papers and a cubicle that is repulsive for you to get in. You are making it repulsive. It's up to you. It's your office space. So workstation tips. Here's some tips We'll just briefly go through it. You can read it up and pause wherever you like. Organize your PC in such a way that you see only shortcuts. This is software. Just put shortcuts on your desktop. Okay. Organize your files into a folder system on your hard drive. Copy unnecessary data there. Okay. Organize your support files you need. This is all relating to Workstation. Of a project into a relevant folder, so it's always there as a reference. Have quick references for everything. You need to search and scan through a lot of data if you need to get something while you're working on a project or on a client if you're into marketing or something. Always run disk cleanup and defragmenter, something which I've seen very infrequently people do at workplace. Your disk keeps storing up a lot of junk and you need to run that app called disk cleanup and defragmenter so it combines all your files into a neat little place on your hard drive. This makes your PC work faster, by the way, and prevents crashing. Make Windows PC settings to adjust for fast performance. Default is let Windows decide. Never let Windows decide anything. It's pretty stupid operating system. So ask your system administrator. Go to Windows PC. You go to My Computer, Advanced Settings, and you can find this there. Adjust for best fast performance or best performance, whatever is written there. Then organizing Workstation Cleanup. Unnecessary files on your PC. It's too much of old stuff you don't need, just delete every now and then. Well, every 15 days would be a good one. Use minimize and hide feature of Outlook so alerts are available in the new mail, but it doesn't hog your window tabs. Minimize the number of windows open. Don't open too many windows. This is another common problem I see people complain about hanging workstations. When they have got about 50 different windows or 50 different files open and they never bother to close it. Very bad work habits. Make about all into a regular work habit. You won't have such a problem. Next come the daily work plans. So use your daily work plan. Use your Outlook to keep tasks. Make your daily work plan to the extent that they could be completed within the day. Again, be reasonable. Don't have wish lists. If your work plan has send an email or send a reminder, ensure those are done at any cost during the day, even if it takes a little more, because it becomes a marker of the date you have sent and you can trace it readily on your task list. Remember, your daily work plan is what you are planning and doing on the day. It should be so that to the extent possible that you can do at your speed, at your pace, with the talents that you have. There's nothing wrong with you, it's just you need to organize it properly. Organizing in follow-ups. Okay, all these follow-up plans, take these bullets and just implement it every single day and see how much your work improves. Follow-ups are necessary. Keep your follow-ups on a stick pad or a notes stick app that you have. I need to follow up this with such and such a person. I need to follow up this with so-and-so by phone or by email. Call this one up. Cooperation and collaboration is the key here. So don't be a pest and follow up on a daily basis with anyone. Many managers do this. Many managers in the place I'm working now do this. Like following up on a daily basis. Just because you're a manager or boss doesn't mean you keep pestering your people who are working for you, your team people. They have their own tasks to do. So set a schedule, have a meeting and be brief. Follow the other podcasts. Always understand that people you regularly follow up in teams in terms of their own subconscious patterns. Well, this you have to make everybody, including yourself, take that personality test app that I'm going to release. Still in construction phase. Remember, not every time you follow up, the other person will deliver what you need. Just because you say follow up and give me now doesn't mean the person will give you now. Allow for time. Allow for the human being first. Don't be such an arrogant prick and think everybody owes you everything at every single time. This is what makes for a lousy manager. Very common than you think. Coordinating resources, information and people. These are three things you would need. Resources, information and people. These are most broad aspects. Resources are things you need for your work, workstation, softwares, etc. Information is needed for your data from documents, procedures, specifications or any such. Information you need from the people you're working with. They are emotional beings first. Understand this and appreciate this, even about yourself first. Then you will understand about other people as well. So you need to understand the subjective and objective behaviors we talked about earlier, right? So these three are very key. Delegating and allocation of work. If you're a beginner in the organization, this would happen less, but as you grow, you would be more delegating to work to others if you become a team leader and above, right? If you're a team leader, business, boss, manager of a department, you will delegate a lot. Even if you're the one in charge of delegation, allocation work may be such that you're collaborating with other colleagues. Remember, even if you're a manager or a boss or a team leader, that's just, don't get carried away with the fancy title. Don't go on an ego trip. They are just your colleagues. They are just your teammates who are doing work alongside you, not for you. Men's childish ego always tends to claim that, oh, this person I worked, so and so worked for me. No, nobody's working for you, you're working with them. Normally in a team collaborating on a project, you will typically need data or information from someone, and you would also be giving data information to someone. Understand that this is the flow of information from one to another, so that the task of the project may get in parts done and managed at best. It's just a separation to ensure that everything is lumped and clumped properly to get the whole project done. That's the last aspect we're going to talk about organization.